Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. A couple of Finns as we bring you tonight's key as starting goaltenders.
Kari Lehtonen rested and looking to register his first win at home since October 24th. That's almost 7 weeks ago. Suffered only 2 regulation losses in that span, yes. So the odd 0-2-4 record in that span. Antti Raanta, 6 foot, 187 pounds from Rauma, Finland. And his mannerisms in net make him Kari's mini-me. He might be in the Hawks net for a while, too, because Corey Crawford is out with a groin strain.
And of growing concern to Raanta, Tyler Seguin. He had 3 goals and an assist on Saturday. 7 of his 15 goals in 2 games. He had 4 in Calgary. He's out there with Jamie Benn and Val Nichushkin. Rockets up. Nichushkin skate at the Dallas line. And Taves, we billboarded these top 2 lines in the open. Taves, Sharp, and Marian Hossa. Alex Goligoski in his own zone. He and Sharp lock up in the corner. Hjalmarsson and Oduya on the back end, and that's Hjalmarsson taking a look, giving it to Sharp. Goligoski out to challenge. Taves let it go to Hossa. Back out to Taves. Defers to Sharp for a shot. Lehtonen got it. It came off of his glove, and Goligoski now backing up as Seguin thought Ben was going to escape with it. He did not, and that line will go change.
Pretty forceful opening shift by that top line of the Hawks.
Hjalmarsson up ahead. Both teams have rolled over early changes. Jordy Benn on it for the Stars. He's partnered with Sergei Gonchar, and here comes Dallas. Ryan Garbutt into the zone. Shot it. Raanta blocks it aside. Cody Eakin's in the middle. Vern Fiddler's out for the Stars. He played just a couple of minutes on Saturday's game against the Flyers before leaving with an injury. And so there's Roussel into the zone. Hansu's following him as Roussel tries to bust his way through. Eakin rotating in the far corner. Drops it deep to Roussel. Keith had him in check. And Seabrook, Duncan Keith's sturdy partner, sends it ahead. Patrick Kane took the hit from Eakin at center. Puck bounces around there, and Eakin is able to flip it in deep. Back to get it, Michael Koska. Koska returning after missing 22 games with a foot injury. He did go to Rockford for some conditioning. Number 6. Behind the Dallas net. Connaughton in check. Koska fighting the puck. Barkov, who, by the way, leads Dallas in the season series in scoring against Chicago. Sean Horkoff does, with 3 points, all assists. Kruger out. Koska shot. He is, I'm not sure. It looked like it was in the net, and Lehtonen turned to pull it out. We'll have to take another look at that.
Oh, no. Yeah, thanks. There's the horn. Yeah. No kidding. They're going to need it on this one. Pakmara and Sutherland were in pretty good position. There was just a mass of humanity between that point shot and Kari Lehtonen, who never picked it up till late. I don't think it's going to count unless they can see it over the line. This will tell us definitively. They'll never know. Well, no, hold it. They'll never know, because once he lifts his glove up, it looks like the puck is, this one might though. It looks like the puck's still touching the line. The puck has to go completely over the goal line. Oh, yeah. And when he picks it up,
well,
is it clear? Any part touching the line? God, that's tough. Up to the boys in Toronto. I don't know that they called anything on the ice. They did from behind.
There was no signal on the ice. No point.
You know, early in a period, so the ice is fresh, so the puck slides a little easier. That worked against Kari and the Stars. The second part of that was the fact that the puck was up on its edge, so it travels even easier. Less friction between vulcanized rubber and frozen surface. The puck has to go completely over the red goal line. Any parts touching it, it's deemed not a goal. It was, if it was over, it was over by a whisker. Here you go.
Upon video review, the puck completely crosses the goal line. We have a good goal.
It was about as ugly as it gets. Kari taking a look.
I think if the puck had stayed flat, he would have had a better, even if he hadn't lifted his glove, they couldn't have overseen that and seen it completely over the line because it would be shrouded by the mid. So the man you were just talking of with the sick blonde flow, Koska, opens this scoring if it's his from the point. There was a ton of humans in front.
Shaw back in, bunted it toward the net, and Lentonen will shut this down. If it's Koska's, his only other goal this season was a game winner.
Kari getting an explanation from the referees. Trying to clarify. Man, that was one weird, odd. That takes me back to when the Stars went through a segment of time in this building a couple of years ago where first shot was in almost every night and they chased.
Well, they're chasing the Hawks tonight. Lauren bunts it in front, and Saad was in a little bit too deep. He had to turn to find it. Shaw out to Keith, firing, save Lentonen. He'll swallow it.
So 47 saves for Kari in Chicago and struggling to make any here in the early going tonight. Lindy Ruff felt that 50-shot barrage that they surrendered in that 4-3 win at the United Center was the least energy his team has mustered in the past month. Very lymphatic, and it was throughout the lineup. He said he kept trying to find different guys and different lines that might be able to pull them out of it. They never did. Just leaned heavily on their netminder.
And he was terrific, per usual. Ryan Garbutt is upended by Johnny Oduya on his way to the puck, and a penalty is coming up here against the Hawks for interference.
Yeah, memo went out. They haven't called this in a long time where the puck goes through. Defenseman's locked on. Let's have a look at this again. Puck's going through. It's tough for D-man. They never look at the puck. You know, the idea is you're going to have to play the man. He has the puck. He gets it knocked off his stick by Taves, who's back checking. And as he finishes his check, the puck is 15 feet away, and the Stars go to the power play. I don't know if this is a good thing or bad, Ralph.
Well, they have not been very good at home, and that's putting it mildly. They have one power play goal in 12 games this season. Sagan passing it over, and a shot from Goligoski blocked by Kruger. It winds up in the far corner. Chason sends it around, and Whitney back out to Tyler Sagan. Shooting it through a screen, and Ranta made the save. In the corner along the near boards, Ben is chasing. Sagan holding it in. The Hawks' penalty killing this year has been a disaster, according to their coach, as Sagan blasts that into a diving Jesus. Comes right back to him, put it in front. Whitney kicks it over to Ben. Hawks uncharacteristically poor. They're 29th in the league, or 28th, pardon me. Goligoski racing to keep it over. Ben shot it into Antti Ranta's glove. He holds it.
Start this thing over again. I think one thing the Stars would like to do is not heap even more pressure on Ben and company and the Stars power play. You know, they're feeling enough, as Lindy Ruff said yesterday. They don't need to keep harping on it. 1 for 42 is ugly. Their only goal at home on the power play was scored by Stefan Robideau, who broke his leg the last time the Hawks were in this building.
Koska, the man who scored the lone Hawk goal, shoots it all the way down the ice. 1:10 remaining in the Oduya interference minor, and here comes Sergei Gonchar. Up through the middle of the ice. Taves on his back. He lays it out for Eakin. Walks in, but then has it poke checked by Taves to the corner. Eakin and Koska grapple for the puck. Cole and Hossa there too. Seabrook takes it around behind. This should get out. It does.
I was kidding the other day when we were just spitballing about the power play and that they should just try to score on the rush, and if they don't, peel back, set up again, and then try again off the rush, because they don't seem to get much going when they get set up.
Cole is in there, and with help from Horkoff, they rescue. Out to Gonchar on top. Connaughton firing. That's blocked. Hit Hjalmarsson in front, and the Hawks clear.
He'll do that a lot. You know, you look at their two probably most important penalty killers. Kruger, who takes all their PK faceoffs, and then Hjalmarsson, who's a premier shot blocker.
His team leading 61st block shot. Puck battle at the Chicago line. The Hawks turn it over. Roussel fights to get it back. Seabrook takes the Dallas line. Shooting it. Lettonen fought it off, and he stops play with 1 second remaining on the Oduya minor.
Molig and Roussel come together. A little cup to the chin on the tail end of this rush by Seabrook. Handcuff Kari Lettonen. They hit him up in the head, shoulder, and the in the chin, checks his mask and goes back to work. So it's been a little off balance for Kari to start this game in the pipes.
Shots are 5-1 Chicago. Lettinen has points in 16 of his 21 decisions. Oduya's on. Stars 0 for 1 on the power play, but here comes Seguin busting into the zone. Turning on Hjalmarsson. Shot it. Save Ranta. Back of the net. The Hawks possess. Kane couldn't get there. Goligoski hands it off to Nichushkin. Dillon firing. Blocked in front. And Sharp will take it to the Dallas line. His pass blocked by Nichushkin. Taves put it over, but the Hawks are offside.
Well, you don't kill penalties unless you block shots in this league, and I'm sure that was a focus for Joel Quenneville and his staff. If they're going to have their penalty killing improve, guys are going to have to sacrifice their bodies a little bit. 2 big blocks from defensemen. It was weird watching them this morning. It was only Joel Quenneville and their video coach, Matt Meacham, on the ice with the players. That's the old school. So nowadays there's like 8 tracksuits out there on the ice all the time with as many assistant coaches and goalie coaches as teams employ.
So an optional then.
Players were kind of like, what? We have to move the pucks from corner to corner? What are you talking about? It's not my job.
Don't we have people for these things? Seabrook taken down. Penalty coming up, I believe, on the Stars and Antoine Roussel.
It's been a very odd herky-jerky start to this game. Hustle for the loose puck. Seabrook.
Dallas penalty, number
him.
21. 2 minutes for tripping.
It's done a lot worse. It's just where his stick ended up and the fact that Seabrook goes down. Whipped the legs out from underneath him. I think because Roussel fell down, he created a situation where Seabrook ended up getting tripped up.
Nothing wrong with this part of the Hawks. Special teams, they're 4th in the NHL, and they've scored 7 power play goals in their last 5 games as Keith sent it off Shaw and wide of the net. Kane gets it back from Taves and tried to go out to the line for Sharp, but they got to go back and regroup. Patrick Kane leads them with 7 power play goals. That's the 3rd highest total in the NHL. And here comes Kane. Stick handling. Backhander, save Lettinen.
Boy, good stop.
Dillon clears.
That's a dangerous sign when you see Patrick Kane with a little bit of space and prancing into your zone, especially when they've got a little extra space when they're on the power play.
Kane trying it again. Lettinen turned over the stick. Puck jammed to the boards. Sharp waiting for it. Deep to Taves. Jordy Benn attacks him. Strips him of the puck. Keith well down on the play. Alexiak tied up in the corner. Good play by Jordy Benn to go to Eakin, and here come the shorthanded Stars. Garbutt and Eakin into the zone. Garbutt tried to get that pass across, and it was broken up by Patrick Sharp. They had a 2-on-1 with Sharp back, and he made the play.
We only have 1 shot at a defenseman being back. That's Keith on that set on their power play. Everybody else is a forward. It's a difficult decision by Shaw up ice to try to keep that puck in. They're lucky they didn't give up a 3-on-1.
Versteeg's ahead of Hossa, and the Hawks are offside with half a minute remaining on the Roussel minor.
Well, the Stars scored shorthanded last game. Cody Eakin has been involved in a lot of the special teams offense for Dallas. A chance for Kane. Sharp cleared off some space, and then Kari Lettinen had to deal with that wicked little backhand in tight. Never got that saucered across. Garbutt.
Stars win the face-off. Goligoski sends them back. Here comes Nick Leddy. Versteeg down the boards, and Dillon cut it off. Justin Jeffrey clears. So maybe the Stars can build on this here. They get Roussel back in 5 seconds. Seabrook up ahead. Versteeg trying to sneak into the zone. Hossa has it. Centered it to Versteeg. He's tied up by Chiasson. Roussel's out of the box. Dillon wanted him, but Saad harassing him. Saad hit hard by Roussel, who came back into the Dallas zone. Seabrook at his own line. Passes it over, and Ben Smith, who won the game in the shootout last time they were here, that 22-man affair, lost the puck. Jordy Benn across the ice. Alex Chiasson scoops it over. Bollig handing it back.
Hawks have really dictated the first 8 minutes of this one.
Here comes Smith. Bola getting to the front of the net. Now comes near Smith. Tosses it off to Oduya. Wrist shot, Lettinen. Pad stop. Kicked it to the corner. Jordie Benn has a step on Kruger. And he shot it out of play. That'll be a penalty on Jordie Benn. Stars will be shorthanded again, down 1-0 to the Hawks early in Dallas.
24, 2 minutes to delay a game.
Like an actor who fluffed his lines. Jordie Benn sits in the box. Wasn't really under all kinds of pressure when he grabbed this puck, just trying to lift it up into neutral ice and instead flicked it into the stands. That's delay a game if you do it from in behind your own blue line. Loads the Hawks power play up again. Key guys again are Sharp and Kane. Well, they fired the majority of the arrows at the Stars in the season series this year. 25 shots coming in between the two of them.
Another penalty coming up. I think it's Brendan Dillon. It is for slashing, and so yikes.
They tell guys to go stick on stick.
Dallas number 4, 2 minutes for slashing.
I don't know what you ask defenders to do. Watch this. Goes in by A. He hacked down pretty hard. It was his stick that broke, though, and not Shaw's. I wonder whether the referee bid on it because he thought it was Shaw's stick that was split in half. So 2 defensemen in the box. Stars in a world of hurt against the league's 4th best power play. Chicago has scored 4 of these.
2-man advantage for 155. Hossa. Keith. They stay outside, move it over. Lettinen got there, and Goligoski can't clear a bouncing puck. Sharp, Taves, and Kane up front. Hossa and Keith at the blue line. There's Hossa. Gave it to Keith. To Marian Hossa. Taves spilled in front. Kane off to the side. Goes back out to Hossa. Hossa shooting it. Deflected wide. Sometimes it can be a little bit too fine or too cute. Sharp moves it over. Kane in the corner. Hossa with Taves in front of the net gave it to Kane. Stars have Oleksiak, Eakin, and Goligoski out here. Shot from Hossa. Pad stop Lettinen. Taves will work it out. Duncan Keith passing off to Sharp. Minute remaining in the 2-man. Keith gave it to Hossa. Got it back. Now to Kane. Bunted it in front. Shot from Sharp. Stop Lettinen. Hawks come up with the puck. Dallas needs a whistle here. Taves sent it across. That went off Lettinen. Stick to the boards for Sharp. Oleksiak over there giving him a look. Keith on top. Swerving his way down to Kane. A shot save. Rebound loose. Hossa blasting it over the top of the net off a stick. Oleksiak trying to ram it around. Keith back out to Sharp. 25 seconds remaining on the 2-man advantage. He'll give it to Keith. Eakin tips it. And then couldn't get it out of the zone. Now he knocks Hossa down, and Oleksiak clears.
Wow, did they need that? Eakin was the guy who I think got a piece of the Hossa chance in front. When you have 6'7" Oleksiak out there, it's like having 3.5 players to kill off a 5-on-3.
Stars dribble it out to center ice. They get Jordie Benn now, and here comes Dillon. They got through it.
2 mastodonic stops by Kari Lettinen and some valorous work in front of him by the 3 penalty killers.
Ben Smith digging in. Connaughton got there to rip it out. Jamie Benn tearing after the puck. Jarmelson plays it up off Kruger at center ice. Here comes Bollig into the Dallas zone. Connaughton blocks the shot and then goes after Bollig hard in the corner. Shots are 13-2 Chicago. Here comes Connaughton. On the wing to Big Val. Trying to turn the corner on Oduya. Chips it past him. Nichushkin back of the net. Stays with the play. Passes off to Seguin. Back of the net for Benn. Digs it out of his skates. Hjalmarsson blocks the centering pass. Nichushkin back there to help him. Big 18-year-old Russian tried to move it in front. And Oduya out to Bollig. The Hawks clear. Oleksiak chasing it down. 8:40 to play in the first period. Stars have to feel pretty good. They're within a shot. Pass from Whitney onto the corner. Saad drags to the Dallas line and threw it in. Lettinen passing it over. Jordy Ben swung it out. Seabrook backing into his own zone, gave it to Keith. And Dustin Jeffrey bolting in. Jeffrey on his backhand, just wide of the net.
What a rush.
Saad threw it out to center ice. Stars claimed Jeffrey a few weeks ago on the waiver wire from Pittsburgh, wearing number 11. And look out, it's Kane in alone against Lettinen. He scores! All that work on the penalty kill, and then somehow Kane gets free, and it's 2-0 Hawks.
Well, the pair on defense of Connauton and Gonchar just went right through. Speaking of going right through, stick handling through raindrops. Nice rush by Dustin Jeffrey. Watch this come back up the ice, though. Gets turned over, and when it gets turned over, both defensemen are puck staring up. It happened quick. Pierce is through the middle. Patrick Kane with a nifty backhand is able to thwart Kari Lettinen, just get it past that glove. And you're dead right. The good of that Yeoman penalty killing completely erased with one mistake in neutral ice.
Kane's team-leading 17th. Brings his current point streak to 6 games. And here he comes again. Across the Dallas line. Backhanded it wide of the net. Warren out of the corner. He shot it. That hit Brendan Dillon, and out comes Horcoff to the Chicago line. Tried to pass it over to Chiasson. Jeremy Morin gave it to Kane, and he'll shoot it on in. Seabrook with the lone assist on that Kane goal. It was Kruger and Smith on the first one, and now Garbett firing it. Goes off Leddy and over the top of the net. Center ice, the Stars try and regroup. Garbett tucked it down the boards. Kruger to the line. Roussel holding it in, passing off, and Eakin shot blocked off Leddy. Eakin swung it back to the net. Garbett over to Connauton. Now to Roussel from distance. Pad save on Tiranta. Eakin from behind the line. There goes Garbett after the puck. Taves easing it over to Leddy. Roussel was looking for the hit. Oleksiak has the puck to Eakin. That's chipped out of play. The Hawks have belted the Stars twice early in the game. First, Michael Koska on a wacky one. And then Patrick Kane doing what Patrick Kane does. 2-0 Chicago.
Well, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. It was Kane time just moments ago. Only that double threat in Pittsburgh is outpacing him in the point-scoring race heading in. He's moved alongside Malkin with 38. It's like a hawk in the midst of penguins and ducks. Audubon Society. There's just been a different focus in the Hawks to start this one than maybe what we've seen from them in these games against Dallas in the season series to begin this. But it's the same shot equation as we saw at the UC the other night. Ended up 50-18. It's 14-3 right now.
Ben turns over a puck, drags it, shoots it, and that's tipped out of play by Johnny Oduya.
Jimmy Benz had great numbers against the Hawks in his young career. 5 goals, better than a point a game, and 9 against them. Coming into play here tonight, 15 shots, no goals. Lots of great looks, and now he's got fresh meat in net in Ronta.
Tyler Seguin, Dallas's leading scorer. To give you some context, he has 27 points. Ben's right behind him. Chushkin was looking for the puck. Oduya hauls it out to center ice. Walked right into the big rig. Bullock following up, shoots it in. Kari Lettinen back to the net. And Kevin Connauton worked it over to Oleksiak, who clears. Seabrook backing into his own zone. Gets the return pass and up to center ice. Here comes Shaw. Oleksiak staples him. Lauren falls in the corner. Jordie Benn's stick is caught up with him. And there's Alexiak. Couldn't get it past Saad, who fires it wide of the net.
Their forecheck is spot on right now. They're cutting off a lot of ice, challenging this Dallas defense to make plays.
Jordie Benn back of the net, and Shaw to be hurt on the play.
Shaw didn't play 2 games after the tilt in Chicago against Dallas. It was a rib problem. This is a little higher than that, I believe.
5.5 left in the first. 2-0 Chicago in Dallas. Stars fans, Fox Sports Southwest wants to put you in the zone for select Stars home games this season. Fans can purchase tickets in the Fox Sports Southwest fan zone for only $10. Get your tickets today. Go to DallasStars.com/fanzone. Use the password Fox Sports. 2-0 Hawks. Hansus is leaning on Jordie Benn. Eakin gives it to Gonchar. Here come the Stars. Whitney chipped it down the boards. Chiasson going in there hard. Keith poked it. Whitney threw it around behind, and Eakin has a step on Keith. Centered it off Hansus. It hit the goaltender Ranta. And now Alex Chiasson engaged with Seabrook. Eakin tried to whip it in front, and Gonchar was trapped. Versteeg to the Dallas line. Pokes it deep. Gonchar had position on Kane. Versteeg following it up. Into the slot for Taves. He'll collect it in the corner. Jordie Benn cut in front of him. And Whitney trying to get it past Leddy. Gonchar will. Skating it to center ice.
Lindy Ruff has already changed his lines around a little bit, at least for the now. Reunited Whitney and Chiasson with Cody Eakin for that last shift.
Rich Beverly stumbled in his own zone. Brendan Dillon worked it around to Goligoski. Goligoski and Dillon co-lead the Dallas Blue Line in scoring with 9 points. Keith has 25 for the Hawks. That's Cole back of the Chicago net. Goligoski in there too. Beverly covering at the line. Horkoff shot blocked by Taves and cleared.
The Hawks have really worked to take time and space away from the Stars. They're stuck on 3 shots here with just under 4 minutes to go in the opening period. I've always admired Chicago's defensive game as much as their ability to score goals, because they can close on teams so quickly without the puck.
Kevin Connauton hustling back into the Dallas zone. Big pass ahead, and Garbutt tried to give it to Roussel. Jeffrey following up, firing. Oduya blocks. Connauton from the corner. Seabrook rammed by Antoine Roussel. Roussel not going after Oduya. Maybe a little late with the hit. Hawks get it over the line. And Jeffrey up to Roussel. Into the Chicago zone. Turned over the puck. Saad leaves it. Here comes Shaw. Passing to Keith. Has a step for Shaw. And Alexiak got there to knock that puck over the net, not a play.
It was a good play by Big Alexiak to come through, cut some ice himself, and use his reach. He's a better player than he was a year ago, that time in the minors, especially for a defenseman. Read it perfectly. Cut the ice. No point in staying wide on that one. The danger point is down the middle of the ice. He said he felt he tried to do too much last year. He was in too much of a hurry trying to prove he was an NHL player, even at the minor league level. This year in Cedar Park, he's played every position on defense. Not that he's been up front, but he's played left and right and with everyone.
And now he's here and he's ready, and injuries to Robidas and Daly have forced his development. As in come the Hawks, and it's shot just wide by Bolig. Lettinen scrambling out, stops play.
Well, they are very fortunate it's not 3-0 right now. The Hawks able, with an aggressive set off a face-off win. They get their change in. Seabrook comes from the bench. Watch them change the point of attack once, twice. Bolig wafts in. Stars didn't have any pressure coming from behind. Just missed by a smidge on the glove hand side. He's got 3 goals this year, Big Bolig, who's their tough guy.
Face off to Kari Lettinen's left. Eakin shoved it to the corner. Kane anticipating well is after the puck, and Connauton is chasing Kane. Stars come away with it. There goes Connaughton flying into the zone, moving to his left, taking it down and then shooting it, and Seabrook makes the block. Like Connaughton was going to get around him. It goes back into Dallas. Ice Alexiak with Versteeg hounding him. Turns Whitney. Or Eakin at center ice. Letty poke checked it away. Hansus gives it ahead. Kane. In check. Whitney had them all locked up. Jason from center ice. Spins it in, and Koska back to get it for the Hawks. Marian Hossa to Sharp at the line. Nichushkin tripped up. Sagan will go. He's got Ben with him, and Nichushkin coming. There goes Ben. Has a step. Ben moving in for a shot. Koska got a piece of that. Goligoski down low toward Nichushkin, who strips Hossa the puck and then cranked it in off Koska, who pumps it out off Hossa, and no icing. 75 seconds left in the period. Have we had a shot from either team since the Hawks went up 2-0? It seems like it's been a 14-3 for a long time. Goal is upended at center ice, and a whistle at the Chicago line.
Looks right at both referees and wonders. Well, the Stars have generated some rushes and some odd man rushes, but they can't do things quick enough once they step over the attack blue line to actually get a shot on net. The shorthanded chance, by the time Garbutt tried to wheel it over, he'd been caught by Sharp. Same thing. Seabrook spread out, broke up that one moments ago. Jamie Benn looking past. By the time he looked back to the net, Koska, the defenseman, with his stick in the lane.
Stats guy Brian Waddle confirms no shots since that 2-0 goal. Puck spiked in the air. Beverly reaching back for it. Chicago clearing it. 35 left in the period. Goal. Get away from Seabrook at the line. Beverly traversing it to get it over. Backhanding it in deep. Keith. Orcup breathing down his neck. Pollock trying to clear it past Jordy Ben. Garbutt from the line, a shot. There's one. Save Ranta. Seabrook whips it up. Right to Jordy again. Firing. Shaw got a skate on it. Smith banks it toward Bollig. Jordy Ben cuts it off. Long pass ahead to Garbutt. And that's how the first period ends.
Look out. Maybe not. Roussel tried to let up at least a little bit on Smith on that hit at the end of the period, so they go chatting with one another to their respective dressing rooms. Stars need to find their game here after one. The Hawks gave him a pretty good lesson in rich checking and road hockey here in the first. He could have blasted him. He let up, traded some paint, and away they went.
Chicago Blackhawks and the Dallas Stars playing for the 4th time in a month. And Chicago showing why they're the defending Stanley Cup champions. They get a 2-0 first period lead as they outshoot the Stars 14-4 in our first intermission. The Dallas Stars made their hospital visit yesterday and put the smiles on a lot of young children's faces. Dallas Stars hockey on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Enjoy year-end savings during the Dream Big Sales event. Ford is the best in Texas. By Q Clothier and Rich Hippie, official wardrobe providers of the Dallas Stars. By the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. Before you head out to celebrate the season, remember to plan a sober ride home. Visit soberrides.org. Michael Koska and Patrick Kane with the first period offense for Chicago, but Razor, they can defend with the best of them.
Well, the blocked shots in the opening period were 13-5 in favor of the Hawks, so they were eager to stand in shooting lanes, take it in the shin pads, and their forwards helped out too. Sharp, when they were on the power play, Patrick Kane goes right to the net, helps out on a late period chance for the Stars. Seabrook broke it up on one side. Fending speed and attacking speed, it's what makes the Chicago Blackhawks a special club.
Michael Handzus rips it away from Tyler Seguin at center ice. The second period begins. That top line stays intact for Dallas for now. Seguin with Benn and Val Nichushkin as Johnny Oduya sets up and gives to Hjalmarsson. Nichushkin with a big hit on Hjalmarsson as the puck was spit into the Dallas zone. Sharp. Hossa. Handzus out here with those two, and Benn will take it and go. He's got Nichushkin to his left. He takes the line and passes to Seguin. Down to Nichushkin, and that one's tipped aside. Goligoski pumped it in. Hjalmarsson cranks it out. Behind Sharp at center, and Dillon, partnered with Goligoski, passes forward to the kid. Big Val into the zone, shooting. That's blocked. Of the 4 first period Dallas shots, Seguin had 2. Garbutt and Roussel the other 2, and here's Nichushkin trying to reload his gun. A shot and a save. Ranta at the side of the net.
Pretty good shift by the Stars top line to start things off here in the second, using their speed off the rush initially. 2 guys going to the net, whipped it in the general vicinity of Ranta. Nice play by Hjalmarsson in front to lift the stick, have it go through, and then tail end of it, nowhere really to go. For Tyler Seguin, who was rolling the other afternoon here against the Flyers.
Chiasson back out. Jordie Benn shooting it, deflected wide. There was some contact in front. Whitney and the goaltender. I believe Whitney was shoved a bit. Not really his thing. Gonchar going back to get it in the Dallas end. Moved it quickly. Chiasson, Keith stepped down. Couldn't get it up the boards. Kruger checked by Eakin, laid it out to where he thought Keith would be. And Keith wasn't there. Hawks shoot it in, look for the change. Kari Lehtinen will set it up. Dallas 14-9-5. 7 points out of the top 8. Points in each of their last 6 games. 3 wins and 3 past 60-minute defeats. And Eakin tried the centering pass and nobody was there.
Stars are in the midst of a change. I think Cody Eakin's been fantastic here in the first 2 periods. Probably the Stars' best player.
Oduya rammed by Cole. Got it to the line. Goligoski keeping it in. Right back to Oduya. Hjalmarsson pokes it ahead for Stieg. Turned it over. Horkoff delivering it deep. Peverley going after the puck. Ranta moves to Oduya, and out come the Hawks. Pass to Taves at center ice. Taves now with Kane and Versteeg, as it appears as if he and Handzus have swapped up. Start the second. Cole gives it to Peverley, moving in. Can't get the shot away. Morin came back to take it away. And Peverley's stick, after he whacked him, busts in half. No penalty there. Goligoski took the hit, left it for Dillon. Up the boards, not out of the zone. Leddy turning it in. Jamie Benn trying to escape. Saad belted, but got it off to Morin. Pass across. Koska, a shot and a save. Lehtinen loose in front. They score. Saad. Little trickler found its way to his forehand, and it's 3-0 Chicago.
But this all starts along the boards. Again, it's that hunger and quickness of the Hawks. Stars look like they're going to get out, stop it there. That's where Saad catches Benn along the boards. He ends up being the eventual goal scorer going back to the net. Turn it over, get it back deep. Dillon comes up to help out. Throw a waster on net. Stars stand around a little bit instead of getting sticks. It's always the second mouse that gets the cheese. And he gets stick checking, never gets it done. Hawks with the opening goal of the second period, now a pudgy 3-goal lead.
Saad's 10th goal of the season, 3 goals in his last 4 games. Benn got it over. Hawks have the puck. Hjalmarsson turning away from Val Nichushkin. Up the middle off Sharp. Hossa stalled at the Dallas line. Benn with a pass to Seguin. Out of the corner, he rifled it off the goaltender Ranta's stick. Hossa held up but cranks it out. Sharp racing with Connauton for it deep in the Dallas zone, and Connauton gets there to stick it around the boards. Oleksiak tossing it over. Seabrook moved it ahead. Shaw and Koska, so Koska's got a goal and an assist in the game. Kane hammers it over. Garbutt stick checking there on Versteeg, allowing Seguin a chance to get out. Here he comes, shutting it down at the line. Passing it over toward Garbett. That stick checked away and cleared.
Man, are they tracking well tonight? Kane coming back that time.
Versteeg to the net, and Lettinen trailed the pad. Kruger jams it into Versteeg, laid it out to Kane. Back out to the line for Keith. Passing to Seabrook. Fires it wide of the net. Wow. Here they come again. Keith's pass ahead. Smith shooting, save Lettinen. Bowling from the wing. Jostled on the check. Kruger locked up in the corner. Pyle moves out. Leddy swung it over. Koska pulls it down. Back to Leddy. Shooting it. Got through, and Lettinen made another stop.
Boy, they really have the Stars chasing. Chase, 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 chase.
How can you turn this at all if you're the Stars?
Well, you watch them come out at the beginning of this period. They tried to take it physically. You can't hit what you can't catch. The Hawks have the puck all night. Stars have to show a little more poise and move their feet. They got themselves in trouble in Chicago at the United Center because they got standing and watching and not moving. When they played the Hawks well, they've moved with them.
At center ice, Beverly helped turn that puck over. Cole pursuing Leddy. Hjalmarsson to knock it up more and can't get it out. Saad will. Chicago starting up again. Saad, the most recent Hawk goal scorer, shoots it in deep.
This is the Hawks really on their game, though, I think, here tonight.
Goligoski got it up. Horcoff runs to the call and shot it wide. Goligoski in front, missed both Beverly and Horcoff.
Stars don't even know if their backup goaltender's any good. They haven't tested Ranta at all.
Stars with 5 shots through 26 minutes of hockey.
Pinched by Seabrook there. They shrink the rink. They've been quick to the puck. Again, stealing time and space over and over.
Horcoff trying to get past Seabrook at the line, nothing doing.
They got to find their pace. They got to get ahead of it a little bit. Find their speed game.
Keith fired that puck off Nichushkin, so there's no icing. Connaughton works his way around the Dallas net. Sends it off the boards. Hjalmarsson put it right back down, and here comes Oleksiak. Nichushkin in the high slot. He was caught immediately.
Well, their D's gap has been impeccable. Their ability to skate, stay up on forwards, get back. You can only do that if you trust that forwards are going to fill in gaps in behind, and they've done that.
Sagan bends offside. Hawks led 2-0 after one. Brandon Saad gives them another one. 3-0 Chicago in the second.
Give you 3 things that you probably didn't know about Alex Chiasson, Stars rookie right winger. He enjoyed a very fruitful and deadly accurate start to his NHL career. 9 goals in the first 10 games. 10th grade can be tough enough, I remember it. Toss in a language barrier, even more difficult as he moved from Quebec to New York and worked out in the offseason with the great Patrice Bergeron of the Boston Bruins, one of the best two-way centers in the game.
Only Tyler Sagan has more goals for the Stars than Alex Chiasson. It's the 3rd highest total among rookies. Now Garbett in, and he ripped it as Oduya slow to get up. Penalty coming up here against the Stars. Oduya takes it out. Bowling to the Dallas line. Got it back. Almost hit his goaltender going to the bench. Kruger. Extra attacker here for Chicago. Patrick Kane 200 feet from Kari Lettinen. He'll start it up. Sharp. There's the whistle.
Well, Ryan Garbett's going to get the gate here. He destroyed Oduya at the beginning.
Dallas number 16, 2 minutes for illegal contact to the head.
And then went in on the forecheck and clobbered his D partner. The first one, that's not the penalty. Oh, man. Yeesh. That skate just missed Oduya's face in an awkward collision. And then in behind the net is where the penalty was. Man, I hate even looking at that.
4th power play of the game for Chicago. They're 0 for 3. Dallas killed a 1 minute 55 second two-man advantage for the Hawks in the first period. Dallas's one bright spot tonight, penalty killing. Been good lately too. Coming into the game, they'd killed 17 of their previous 19 against, and all 3 tonight. Keith to Taves at the Dallas line. Shaw digging in with Goligoski deep. Dillon shadowing the play. Taves ripped it free, cranked it out to Sharp at the right point. Shaw's in front of the net, that's Keith. Passing it to Taves. Back out to Duncan Keith. Handing it to Kane. He's already got a goal in the game. Keith. Back to Kane. Whipped it over to Sharp. Firing, score! Patrick Sharp puts the Hawks up 4-0.
Kari Lehtinen looked like he was really late to try to find that through the traffic. The Hawks worked to go from high to low and spread out and make the Stars penalty killers adjust. And as they did that, it opened up this wicked blast for Sharp from the blue line. Shaw was in front of the net, but I don't think he was making a menacing screen of himself. And I think there's going to be a goaltending change here at 4-0 about midway through the game. Things didn't start very well for Kari Lehtinen. Things haven't gone very well for him here at home this season. Some nights he's needed some offensive support. And so the man who actually has more wins on home ice than the Stars' #1 netminder comes in here. Dan Ellis, who was terrific against the Flyers on the weekend. And will try to stop the bleeding for a Dallas team that is getting semi-run over here on home ice.
Ellis has won each of his last 2 starts, 27 saves on 28 Philadelphia bids on Saturday. Seguin goes barreling in there, and Chicago's able to wrestle it out. Bollig at the Dallas line. Gave it to Oduya, in for a shot. That's blocked. Nichushkin grabs it, and then lost it to Oduya. Oleksiak fell as he came after the puck. Nichushkin fighting it along the boards. Smith gave it to Bollig out of the corner. In deep for Smith. The good news is the Hawks are on the schedule just one more time, and it isn't until March. Big battle in the corner. Kruger comes away with the puck. Threw it up in the air. Ellis took a look for it. And now as the bodies fall to his right, Oleksiak goes the other way with the puck. Passing ahead to Jamie Benn. Into the Chicago zone. They need a change, so he'll send it deep, and Nichushkin going back there after Oduya. Ansus took a pretty good hit. And an icing call coming against Chicago.
Which will stop this thing up, and the more that can happen for Lindy Ruff, I think the happier he'd be right now to stop the flow a little bit, see whether his group can regather themselves. You know, when you play against Chicago, you have to have energy, discipline, pace of play, poise, both with and without the puck. And if they're not in place and the Hawks are on their championship caliber game, it looks like this.
That's our 20-5. Chicago scores 4-0 Hawks. Cole deep to Horkoff, back of the net for Peverly. He was tied up. Gonchar with a quick feed to Cole. Shooting it, doesn't get through, it's blocked again. Ansus out to Kane. He'll try Jordy Ben on, but he lost the puck at the line and an offside call against Chicago.
Well, the only thing Kane has done wrong so far here tonight, stepped in a little ahead of it. Yeah, they played one of those supreme team games through the first half of this, our full marks to be up 4-0. Maybe not the shot totals that we saw. How about this game, huh? Kari stops 47 of 50 in Chicago. Then he gives up 4 on what, 19?
Yeah.
Not that it's all him.
There's Koska, who has a goal and an assist tonight, and Eakin is run over in the corner by Shaw. Shaw leads their forwards in hits. Jason pursuing Leddy.
Stars just can't get anything going in concert with one another, and that's been a big gap in the game between the two clubs.
Leddy smacked. He had to reach out for a pass, and Alexiak was standing there. Eakin with the surge against Koska. Shot it. Raanta the save. Brandon Saad, one of 4 Hawk goal scorers tonight. On the wing from Morin. Slides past Eakin to the net, and he misses. Keith unable to hold it at the line. Chicago is changing, so he'll take it back to reorganize. Dave sending it back to Duncan Keith. Keith's second among NHL defensemen coming into play tonight, and he cranks this one up to Sharp. In, backhand score, Patrick Sharp.
Well, this is turning into shades of the 8-1 game. This is poor mental awareness. Second time in the game, the Stars have allowed one of their top 6 forwards in behind them. Alex Goligoski, the slap pass from Keith stuns him at his own blue line. It's pinpoint to Sharp. He does the rest. That just shouldn't happen. Swift move to the backhand. Goligoski tried to hack it out of his hand. Tough early opportunity for Dan Ellis to handle.
It's the second shot that Ellis has seen. Sharp's second of the season. Or second of the night, pardon me. Jamie Benn came in. Seabrook spoils it. Ben Sagan and now Whitney, and Whitney has to turn to find that puck at center ice. Keith and Taves. So Keith has 2 assists in the game tonight. 26 assists on the season.
Yeah, I'd say he's in the Norris conversation right now.
I think so.
Erik Karlsson in Ottawa is the only defenseman with more points than him heading into play this evening.
Also among the league's assist leaders. Oduya belting it in off Ellis from center ice. Mercifully sending us away. Chicago all over the Stars. 5-0 tonight at American Airlines Center.
Well, the Blackhawks are above their seasonal average here tonight. They're averaging a league best 3.5 goals a game. Their attack, it's fast, it's aggressive, it's deadly accurate. They don't usually rely on their power play for goals. They get the puck back because of their work ethic and their skating, and they move the puck hard and accurate. You just saw that with the pass by Keith to Sharp that ate up 2/3 of the rink. It takes an awful lot of heat off the banged-up position of goal for Joel Quenneville. And again, I still don't know whether Raanta can play in the league or not. They have 6 shots on him. I don't know that they have a scoring chance. Antti Raanta. Andy Beach in English, if you will.
Tim Simpson is backing him up. The 2 started the season in Rockford. Habibulin is also on the shelf. Let's see. Horkoff got it in onside. And Nichushkin with these 2, Horkoff and Cole. They were very good as a trio in Toronto. Dallas's last road game. Pass game over toward Kane. He'll spill it in deep. Ansu's in there with Goligoski. Versteeg rescues to Kane. Popped out. Kane looking to shoot, and he shot it wide. Oduya sent one toward the front of the net. That one was blocked. And Stars trying to get out of their own end here. Horkoff at center ice. Swivels to find it. Shot it to the line. Oduya pumps it up, and here they come again. Morin in alone. He shoots. Save Ellis.
Stars caught on a change.
Morin fired again. Ellis was there, and Nichushkin will bring it out himself. Koska caught him.
Trying to get their change again.
Sandwiched at center ice by Roussel and Nichushkin. Jordie Benn. Shaw was in a pile behind the Dallas net. Gonchar accelerating into the Chicago zone. Gonchar sending one through. And Roussel thrown in there hard with Shaw. Jeffrey in the corner. Got Koska on his back. Jeffrey tripped up, gave it to Garbutt, to Roussel. He scores!
Of course.
Stars are on the board. It's 5-1.
Well, this is the blister goal. All the hard work was done by Dustin Jeffrey over in the corner. And Antoine Roussel is able to chunk one short side on Ronta. First man in. There's Jeffrey one-on-one in the corner. Able to work, dig, stay with it, nudge it over to Garbutt. And they nudge it over the line. Really like Jeffrey here tonight. Remember that chance he had back in the first period? So they get on the board, stop the bleeding, and perhaps can knife and fork their way back into this thing a bit.
Jeffrey's first point as a Star. Roussel's sixth goal. Garbutt also gets a helper, and it's 5-1. Eakin barreling in. A centering feed toward Chiasson. His glove to side. Cannot. In deep, Chiasson went banging away, and Kruger will come out with it. Keith blasting, and a save from Dan Ellis. On in relief here.
Who made the save on that 2-on-0 just moments ago to make sure it didn't go to Sixlove. They come back and get one.
Connaughton helping Chiasson. The Stars push it forward. Eakin into the zone. It's past Hossa. Centers for Chiasson. He shot it wide. Eakin rams Taves. Turn it over to Hossa. And a save from Dan Ellis.
Boy, Dylan struggled a little bit here tonight.
5.5 minutes to play in the second period. Stars are on the board. Antoine Roussel, the guy the Hawks love to hate. 5-1. Nightly on Fox Sports Live, Jay Onrait and Dan O'Toole bring you all the scores, news, and highlights you need. Don't miss Fox Sports Live nightly on Fox Sports 1. To find Fox Sports 1 on your provider, go to foxsports1.com now. 5-1 Chicago. Face-off in the Dallas zone. Patrick Sharp on the hat-trick watch, shooting. It's deflected wide. Dillon got twisted up with Taves, who has the puck. Taves passed it off. Hossa's shot blocked. Beverly banks it forward. Here comes Ben against Hjalmarsson. Beverly following up the play. Hjalmarsson fighting back with the stick. Ben trying to rip it away from Hossa. Hjalmarsson's pass out to Taves, and there's Sharp up the middle of the ice. Goligoski around, and there's Dillon. Beverly on the wing. Picked it up off the official skate. Goligoski, a shot, save, rebound. Seguin couldn't get there. He had an open net. Here's Goligoski. And a stretch pass ahead to Beverly. Or Tyler Seguin spun and whipped it wide. Kane has a goal and an assist in the game. And now the puck. Back out to Koska. Shot. And Cole looking forward at the Chicago line. Horkoff nudging it across. Cole tripped up. Gets up, finds the puck, shot it, tips, save, and Nichushkin poked it wide. Cole trying to ram it off Ronta's back. Oleksiak walking in. Off to Cole, and where is it? He's trying to poke it in, and I'm not sure anybody knew exactly where it was.
Stars able to get a few pucks at the Hawk net here late in the second frame. Couldn't get the golden opportunity there, though. Johnny Oduya, front of the net, spins just at the nick of time to get it away from Tyler Seguin. Boy, impressive top four for them on defense, though, huh? When you can have Hjalmarsson and Oduya play against the other team's top line, and then you got Keith and Seabrook opened up for others. Ram it around. He was tutored in the New Jersey system under Larry Robinson. Many have been. Now an assistant with San Jose, who've been marvelous this season. Keith moved it swiftly, and it's knocked past Jordy Ben. Bollig
Working against Sergei Gonchar. Gonchar strips him of it cleanly, puts it back in the Dallas net.
Good hustle by Jeffrey and Reed to figure out they were caught with a pinching defenseman. Get back as a forward. No option to move that for the Hawks.
Stars are offside at the line.
You know, with Fiddler out, in some ways, Jeffrey reminds me a little bit of Vern Fiddler and what he can do in the middle of these two. Bollig trying to get at Roussel. There's some serious hatred on their side for Antoine Roussel, who gets in their grill and under their skin. Trying to get back on side to that puck a little bit, I think. And Duncan Keith gets tripped up as it comes through. Whistle his way back to the Stars bench. That's only the second of his 6 goals that he's actually shot the puck past the goaltender. Sorta. I think there was a shot in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so.
The nudge, anyway. The other was the penalty shot in Chicago against Corey Crawford.
The icing against Chicago. 4 goals in the last 7 games for Antoine Roussel, who, if he scores again tonight before Jamie Benn does, he'll equal him with 7 goals.
7 goals, leads them in penalty minutes. Enthusiastic in the middle of things, drives energy into games like this. All right. Again, he's the first guy on the ice every day. One of the last off. Work habits are impeccable.
Whitney centered it, and Shaw is able to clear. Stars had people heading to the front of the net. Whitney, get one more here before the period ends. And Morin sends it out, no icing. Ellis out to play it for the Stars. That's 27-10 now, Chicago. Eakin works it on in. Trying to pitch it past Leddy. They tie up in the corner. Chiasson takes it back of the net. Whitney, House is on his back. Koska's waiting for him. Eakin grabs it, sends it out to Goligoski at the line. Shooting it, stopped by Ranta, and then he's all twisted up with Whitney on top of him. It goes back out to Goligoski for a shot and fouled Ranta. He's scrambling all over the place. Dillon trying to get there. A penalty coming up. I don't know how Ranta gets out of that without the puck getting into the net.
Well, he's atypical of Finnish-born netminders, and that they've got a lot of battle in them after. You know, you think of Antti Niemi in San Jose. Even Rask, Kari Lehtinen, he's great at battling after the first save a lot of times. It's with Ray Whitney all over the goaltender here tonight. Usually, as you mentioned in the first, he doesn't usually do that. They just could never come up with the puck. Goalie log rolls and floundering, but couldn't secure the pill and nudge it home. They'll get a chance here with a late second period power play. It's a good place for Sharp if you're the Dallas Stars. 85 feet from his bench and off the ice. Got a pair tonight.
Stars' second power play of the game. They are 0 for 1. They're 1 for 10 in the season series against Chicago. See if they can get one here before the period ends. Get one to start the third. That's how it works. Chiasson, Whitney, Benn, Seguin, and Connaughton out there for Goligoski. Pardon me, out there for the Stars. And Goligoski from the line. Along the boards, Whitney lost it. Jesus clears.
So the Stars' last 2 power play goals, both of them on the road on that last road trip. Simple stuff. Just shots from the blue line that get past the blocks to the net where there was a deflection.
Whitney to Chiasson at the line. Keith interrupts it. Ben has to scramble to get back on side, and then he'll move it over. Jesus dragging on him. Ben passes off to Seguin for Whitney. Tyler Seguin pulling Jesus with him, clearing it out for Ben. A shot, save, Ranta with the glove.
Good one, too. Seguin was pulling across, and Chiasson doing what he should do. He scored a power play goal in Chicago, dropping anchor in front. Seguin able to go against the grain, change the point of attack, comes wafting over. Not going to shoot, not going to shoot. Pulls Jesus way down, opens up this area for Ben to crank one. Good save by Rontu, who's had to make a few here late in the second.
Stars win the faceoff. Gonchar firing. That's it. It's Hossa. Connaughton blasting. Save Ronte. Shot the pad out. Cole was right on his lap. Cole trips up Seabrook, and a penalty coming up against Cole.
Seabrook gathers himself. That ends the power play midway through it.
Dallas, number 72, 2 minutes for interference.
Well, his argument in the box, 7 is Seabrook in front of the net. They go in behind. It's going to be a battle for a puck. Feels the body of Cole, and down big Seabrook goes. So ends the power play. KG. They call that KG.
KG, yeah. It's KG.
Cole would call it something else right now. That comes out of the south end of a bowl.
Well, and we have 4-on-4 then, which will just about end the period. Oleksiak, Saad trotting around. Ben gives it to Connaughton. Now to Tyler Seguin for Oleksiak. Off his stick, he'll chase it down. Tried a centering pass, and that was blocked by Seabrook. Ben wanted to pass it out to Connaughton. Saad read it. He'll go with Kane and Seabrook. There's Kane moving in, shooting wide of the net. Ben pushing Seabrook off the puck. Seabrook sticking it into the corner anyway for Saad. All the way around. And then Ellis. No, it's off Ellis and in. Saad scores to make it 6-1.
Wow, this has moved into nightmarish territory. Not only the score, but how pucks are going in. Stars get back. They're in good stead in their own zone. Seabrook's in there. Ben, who's had a rough period along the boards on that spot. This is just thrown at the net, and as Dan Ellis is trying to regather himself, it goes through Connaughton and into him and into the net. Yeah. So Sharp with a pair, Saad with a pair. The top end guys for the Hawks are having get healthy night.
19:15 the time of the goal. Still 4-on-4 for 15 seconds. Hossa brought it in. Brendan Dillon relieves him of the puck. And here comes Dillon. Takes the Chicago line, puts it into the slot, and Nichushkin swing and a miss. Eakin, the Goligoski a drive. That's blocked and cleared by Leddy. Well, over an 82-game season, there are nights like this. And this is one of them. Hawks lead the Stars 6-1 through 40 minutes. We'll take a break, come back with more stuff in the intermission. Chicago in command in Dallas after 40 minutes. Dallas Stars hockey on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Enjoy year-end savings during the Dream Big Sales event. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. By Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Tough night for the Dallas Stars tonight. The defending champs rolling over them 6-1 through 40 minutes of play, and Razor now a nod to Chicago.
Just like we promised earlier tonight, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Pair of guys on hat trick watch here tonight. Saad for the Hawks with a pair. First made it 3-0. His second made it 6-1 when the two teams were playing 4-on-4. A boogeyman type goal. Patrick Sharp, the other guy with a pair, made it 4-0 on the power play. Screamer from the blue line that ended Kari Lettinen's night in net. And then the long liberation shot pass by Keith to spring him on a breakaway to make it 5-0 when he put that one in. Yeah, their best players have again been accurate, productive, and arguably their hardest workers. Really set a pace for them. And the Stars are still trying to find their level here tonight in that regard.
Hawks open the third period with 35 seconds left on an Eric Cole minor. This is their 5th power play, and no foot off the gas here. Big boys are out. Taves stumbled and got that one forward. Taves, Hossa, Sharp, Keith, and Seabrook. Collision back of the Dallas net. Stars able to hammer it around. Seabrook inside his own line. Up ahead into the Dallas zone. Sets up shop at the right point. Horkoff harassing him there, and they turn the puck over. Garbutt, with Cole coming out of the box right next to him, shot it over. And here's a long pass. It's icing against Chicago.
It's almost as if the Hawks, who are the kings of the Central Division, are trying to send a message to one of the upstarts here tonight. They've played a lot here over the month. They've had their biggest struggles within the division. You know, the Central, St. Louis, Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg. They don't have a regulation loss against the rest of the league. And even 500 heading into this one tonight against the Central.
In a 6-1 game, not playing the scoreboard as much or at all, maybe, Razor. Where the target shifts a little bit for the Stars. What would they like to accomplish here in the third?
Well, I mean, more than anything, they got a road trip ahead of them. They got to find their game. They got to start playing better hockey here consistently on home ice too, which is a difficult thing to say because they're never consistently here. Fewest home games in the league.
They've had one 3-game homestand this season, and that's the longest they've been here.
When you're in there, you know, getting trounced through 2 periods, the conversation in the room is usually about, guys, let's find our game here, win the third period, not lay down for these guys, and who knows, if you get something early and at least chase them a little bit, bite into the score. But I've yet to see the Stars really put 3 good shifts together here tonight.
Got Nichushkin out here again with Benn and Seguin. Well, coming off a 4-point game against the Philadelphia Flyers, putting him in the top 5 in rookie scoring. Jamie Benn shot it. Nichushkin looking for it, but Ronti finds it first.
Good quick pass from the corner. Nichushkin looking for things loose in front of the net. The thing I really like about Seguin and Benn, and this happened immediately in training camp in Fort Worth, is when you have guys that think the game similarly, then it speeds the game up. And I think part of the problem here tonight for the Stars is they've been standing and thinking, trying to work together, whereas the Hawks have just done it automatically.
Jeffries turned in a good performance tonight for the Stars. He's out there with Roussel and Garbutt. This line has produced the only goal for Dallas. Gonchar partnered with Jordy. Benn kept it in along the boards. Roussel, always combative in the corner with Oduya. Chase Hjalmarsson, give him a good pop. Puck escapes to center ice. Jordy Benn tried to shoot it over. Roussel stretches out for it, and Oduya stripped it away. Stars go back on the road after tonight as Jeffries in for a shot. Pad stop Ranta. There'll be 3 games on the road. Then they get to see the Nashville Predators. Cole burrowing in there. There's Jeffrey. Tried to pass out toward Connaughton. That's tipped out of the zone. And Colorado appears to be coming back to the pack a little bit too. They're at the end of that trip. Connaughton's had a rough night. He was +4 in 4 games coming into play this evening. Nick Leddy, Sharp, slams on the brakes. Taves in the corner. Eakin chasing him. He goes toward the line. Keith got there in a hurry, and he fires it high and wide. Duncan Keith has just 1 goal this season, but 26 assists. Eakin in pursuit of Marian Hossa.
You watch this game, watch as it unfolds here in the third. It's a difference between primacy and latency. The Hawks are quick, first on the puck a lot. The Stars, for whatever reason tonight, give the Hawks tons of credit. They've just been a tick late to get chances off, a tick late to get the rebounds.
Dillon moves it over. Centered it to Whitney. Chicago's there to defend it. Beat to Versteeg, and that rockets off his stick to Handzus. Chicago will settle it down. 5 minutes elapsed in the third period. Ben to Seguin. See what he can do here against Hjalmarsson. Button hooks. Got it over to Gonchar. Slots it in deep to Ben, back of the net. Shushkin went down awkwardly, and now he's back up behind the line. Ben on a check on Versteeg. Back out to his brother. Now for Gonchar, who's still without a goal this season for the Stars. Hjalmarsson up the boards. Kane will collect it. Gonchar recovering on him, back of the net.
Boy, they're lucky he won that battle because both defensemen went to the puck carrier.
Versteeg moved it over to Handzus. He'll go back to the line. And the shot coming in from Koska is handled.
Well, the other thing, when you're playing against a team that leads the NHL in offense, you're gonna have above average net minding, and the Stars didn't get that here tonight. And you look at the games at American Airlines Center. They got beat 8-1 last year. Curry got pulled in that one. 5-2 earlier this year, although it was closer than that. The 2-1 game that went to a shootout, and then here tonight. Hawks like this building, apparently.
Yeah. For the last time they'll see it in the regular season. Saad, Lauren shot it, save Ellis. Saad looking for the hat trick, and Dillon took it away. Garbutt out to center ice. Jeffrey lunging it over. Koska getting there first. Roussel slammed him after he put the puck to center ice, and Morin wheels it in. Alex Goligoski. Jeffrey was heading for a change. And Dallas regrouping again.
You watch the Hawks fill the middle of the ice with forwards coming back. Whenever the Stars are trying to come up, there's not a ton of room to come through there.
Horkoff, Cole, both looking for a puck in the slot. Cole had cranked it out of there. Stars are in on the attack. Horkoff. Cole back of the net. Beverly's back there too, but they had nowhere to go with the puck. Kruger shuffling it out. Smith tied up with Horkoff at center. Connaughton banged off the puck at the Dallas line, and Kruger looking to protect it. Alexiak to Kevin Connaughton. Across the ice for Eric Cole. Lost out, and here comes Taves into the Dallas zone. Goligoski in pretty good shape here. He got help from Cole. And Brendan Dillon to Cody Eakin. Into the Chicago zone. Leddy spins off the pile. And he'll start the attack back for Chicago. Goligoski was waiting for him at center ice. Two Minnesota natives.
Got the stick in the back of the leg after the hit from Leddy.
Osa turning, shooting wide of a screen, Dan Ellis. Chason clipped it up the boards and out.
I think both teams would be fine with running time here in the third, Ralph.
Now, these are tough games. Tough on everybody. Nichushkin trying to do a little business. Got it over the line. Stars are offside. Sending us to break. Under 12 minutes to play in the third period. All Hawks. 6-1 Chicago in Dallas.
Our fourth game summary tonight. Yeah, fourth time in just a month that these two clubs have met one another. They'll wrap up the season series a little later on. I think the Stars are sick of them.
Yeah.
Especially after tonight. Kane, we billboarded him before the game. He's got a three-point night. And as we documented off the hop here in the third, two Chicago Blackhawks are sniffing around a hat trick. Patrick Sharp and young Saad, their power winger. I would say the Hawks have played to potential here tonight when you watch them. And now they can just Fletcherize the rest of this one.
Here's Jeffrey firing it off a stick and wide of the net, and Versteeg needing to pass it out. Kane shot it, tipped wide by Jordy Ben. Hansus tried to walk out in front of the net. Gonchar dealing with Versteeg. Roussel hitting Hansus, and out come the Stars. Jeffrey to Garbett. Chicago line. Shoots it around the boards. Gonchar deep. Koska. Garbett came in there quickly. And Roussel looking for the hit all the way on Koska. Then found the puck. Centered it. Garbett. Jordy Ben shooting it a little too high. Orkov starts trying to follow one good shift with another here. And Ante Ranta stops play.
Those have been their best opportunities on him in the game, those little hacks around. He was the best goaltender in the Finnish Elite League last year for Asset Pori. Playoff MVP too. Got busier late in that second period. But the groin injury for goaltenders this year is reaching epidemic proportions. Kari had one earlier. Both netminders, the top guys for the Hawks, are out with them. This was chopped out of play by Morin, and I believe it's going to be a minor penalty for delay of game. These are the ones that bug me on this penalty, because he's just trying to hustle with another guy right on him. And as he chops at it, there's a race for the play. There he goes. Peverley's reaching two. It's the excitement of the delay of game. Seen two of those in the game tonight, one for each team. Chance for the Stars to get, if they're going to get anything out of this game, get a power play goal. Feel a little better about yourselves in this special teams segment.
Jamie Benn still looking for his first power play goal of the season, and Goligoski's shot answered.
Jamie's done so many other things that it sticks in the craw of everybody, though, especially your elite guys when they're not scoring, and you got a power play that's been staggering so much on home ice, and you've yet to pick one up.
He feels the pressure. He's talked about it. He wins the face-up here to Seguin. Dusts it off. Shot it high and wide. And Kruger heaves it down the ice. The many positives for the Dallas Stars in this season. Their top 5 scorers are 24 and under. And here comes one of them, Ben. Passed it off, shot from Goligoski, and that's blocked. And boy, did that hurt Saad. He's just getting up. Whitney. Seguin a shot. Ranta got over.
You hear their bench.
Saad limping toward the puck. And a pass a little bit too far for Ben Smith.
The Hawks have to have close to as many block shots as they do saves from Ranta in the game. Obviously it was a talking point prior to this one against Dallas.
Actually, they have more. They have 18 block shots. Ranta's made 17 stops.
There you go.
Connaughton unloaded over the top of the net.
He's got a bullet.
O'Dea for Seabrook. That goes off Peverley and out of play midway through the third.
Well, these Hawks are the class of the league. Come in with the most points in the National Hockey League, and they backed it up with the play. There's Saad in serious pain on their bench. The play, championship caliber play here tonight. Playing with their food a little bit here in the third period with a 5-goal lead.
On about 120-point pace this year.
I think it's been impressive what they've done, considering how hard they went last year, how short the offseason was, and the fact that everybody's playing them to measure themselves against them every single game because they're defending Stanley Cup champions.
Seabrook popped it out. And Gonchar will go get it. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty. Gonchar all the way in. Kicked it out to Jeffrey for a shot. Save Ranta. Gonchar's in behind the net. So is Cole. Goes to Jesus. He'll give it to Shaw. Stars are 0 for 3 on the power play tonight.
Well, and you watch this last one. The thing they've got to get better at is shoot and retrieve. If you're going to shoot, load again, and then go again, wear some penalty kills down. It was a one and done over and over on that one.
8.5 left in the third. 6-1 Chicago.
Shot of the game, take you back to when it was still a game. Midway through the opening period, Patrick Kane, right after the Stars had survived a two-man advantage for Chicago. Pass up through the middle, breakaway for Pat Kane, their leading scorer from about center in. Makes no mistake, that made it 2-0. And they haven't looked back since.
First overall pick in 07, and that goal standing up as the game winner should Dallas fail to score. Final 8.5 minutes. Osa and Goligoski locked in Mortal Kombat. Goligoski and Sagan co-lead Dallas with 4 shots each tonight. Went through Sharp's legs.
Look at how quick they're on.
Another pass that trickles out to center ice. Jeffrey bunts it across. Letty's on it.
Systematic togethering. They've been spot on with it tonight, the Hawks.
Cody Eakin sealed up. Here comes Koska.
These can be good lessons, too, I think.
This one thrown out of play at center ice. No penalty.
One of the individuals who has been pretty good for Lindy Ruff tonight, Cody Eakin. You know, they often say you can learn as much in defeat as you can in victory. And I think as they aspire to be a club like the Chicago Blackhawks, and there are many that do, you think that you're, scratching and clawing and taking steps forward, and then you meet the Hawks when you have their attention and you get a few more lessons.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stars definitely had Chicago's attention. Alex Chiasson barreling in for a shot and a pad stopper on top. Eakin pursuing Kane. Draws a lot of attention. Seabrook coming first to the puck at center. Firing it over, and Oleksiak. Dallas' first pick. He went 14th overall in 2011. He's big, 6'7", 250, number 5. Versteeg passing down to Keith. Keith centering. Kane trying to follow up. The pinball's off Ellis. Kane feeding Keith again, shooting, and that's blocked on its way to the net. Sagan to Oleksiak into the Chicago zone. Oh, and he shot it off his head, I think, or close.
I think it shocked Ronta that it was rising as quick as it did.
Snapped his head quickly.
Got it with the glabella.
Well, Oleksiak struggled a bit. Jordy Ben pumped it up.
I think that's another thing you got to look at, too. The Stars missing 2 veteran defensemen in a game like this.
Nichushkin unable to get it out. Johnny Oduya cranks it around. Jordy Ben physically against Ben Smith. Goes after Bollig, too. Jamie Benn take out a little frustration on Kruger. Out of the pile, Nichushkin gave it to Ben. Kicked it with his left skate. Wanted to feed a streaking Nichushkin at the line.
All night with those two against them. Hjalmarsson, Oduya, another good play by them to stay up on the play and break up that pass from Ben to Nichushkin. They've been good.
They wave the icing, and Gonchar works it around. Goligoski pitched it up. Horkoff to Cole. Fighting through. Horkoff carries it in. Penalty coming up against Chicago. This line keeps cracking away, and there's the whistle. So 5.5 left in the third. Dallas go on the power play, down 6-1 next.
See if you follow where I'm coming from here. The Hawks missed the playoffs for 5 straight years. They hired a veteran coach in Joel Quenneville in 08. He replaced an inexperienced coach. They went on to improve from 88 points to 104, lost in the conference final. Following year, won the Stanley Cup.
I like it.
And the base of what they do under Quenneville is defensive hockey, and they've showcased it here tonight. You know, they sacrifice. I think they took their level of sacrifice up here tonight. Tons of block shots. Forwards playing D when D get caught up the ice. D doing what they do best and breaking up chances. Oduya and Hjalmarsson all over a lot of this, and then Saad, another forward, blocking a shot. They have not taken shortcuts tonight, and I'm sure Quenneville's thrilled about that. Boy, he's been good.
Stars on the power play again. This is their fourth. See a little different look.
Well, there they go again. You know, the first shot on goal, right idea, guy in front of the net, but they have to retreat all the way back in behind their own net to bring it up again. They can't get that shoot, reload, shoot.
Beverly. After the puck, Kolb. Eakin wins the battle. Sagan walks it. Gave it to Eakin. Cole's in front of the net. Eakin shot it, dribbling in, and Cole burrowing after it. No.
Little broken play. Cole, who can be an extremely effective net front guy, too. Apparently, Ronta stretches in his downtime. Watch this save. Wow. That'll take the bass out of your voice. Man, oh man, that's full spread. That's Mika Kiprusoff.
Stars win the faceoff. Oleksiak shot it. It got through. And Kruger couldn't get it past Oleksiak. Finally, he did. Eakin tried to walk it in against Oduya, and he'll reset. Oleksiak brought it over towards Sagan. Oduya kicks it to the corner. And Eakin rushing it over to Beverly, moving in, passing down to Cole. Back out to Cody Eakin, shooting, blocked again. 20th block of the night for Chicago.
Handzus right in there. Right idea to try to get it through, but if you can get it through, that's the biggest part of the equation. If you can get it past those first two blocks up top, you outnumber them around the net. You haven't been able to get there.
Nichushkin frustrated by Shaw. I think frustrated is the right word tonight. Hjalmarsson getting to the puck. Gonchar cut it off. Nichushkin in the corner. Around behind, laid it out to Ben. Shot it. Save Ronta. Just disappeared in his glove.
He's been sharp ever since the Stars started to push back and the Hawks have gone off the accelerator a little bit, proven his ability to play at this level. I've talked with Yuri Lehtinen this morning a little bit about the Finnish national team for the Olympics, which are upcoming in just 60 days in Russia. He's down the list a little bit, young Ronta.
Yes.
They've got some pretty good ones who've been over here for a while.
Well, Morin's on, so the Stars are 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Jeffrey busting through. Roussel was cutting to the net.
Gonna go on it again.
Another penalty against Chicago.
I don't know if this is just insult to injury or what this is. The way it's gone with their power play. They keep loading it up, though.
It is the 5th power play for Dallas.
Chicago number 10, 2 minutes for hooking.
It's almost like, hey, it's depressing enough we're losing 6-1 at home. Do you have to keep giving us power plays?
And with that Chicago penalty, that means your Dallas Stars are on.
Sharp number 10. There's the hack or the hook on the hands as the Stars broke it in. So more time with live game action work on their power play.
And on home, they need the work. Oleksiak passing off, shot from Jeffrey. Ronta made the save. I don't know if he saw it, but he made the save.
Just cannot get to these rebounds. The worker bees out here just thrown the line that had scored their one goal in the game out for this power play.
Garbutt sneaking past Keith, going to the net, a shot. Ronta got a piece.
He's ahead again, I think.
Oleksiak passing to Jeffrey. Shooting it. Hjalmarsson blocks it. Garbutt couldn't quite find it. Bollig will drag it out. want to say a quick hi, Razor, to Don, who works the door in front of the Dallas locker room. He's done it for so many years, and he just underwent prostate cancer surgery. He's watching tonight.
Good man, fierce mustache he's got going right now.
Yes.
Be well, old friend.
We miss you. Can't wait to see you back at the door. Stars go crashing in after the puck behind the Blackhawks line. And Seguin. Brendan Dillon. 45 left in the man advantage, under 2 minutes to play in the game. Jason going after the puck. And he takes the tumble. Kruger to the Dallas line. Dillon trying to get out some of his frustration. Seguin coming off a 4-point game Saturday. He had a hat trick. Pass hit bowling skates. Jordy Ben carrying it through. Hawks clear.
Boy, it's a good thing the Mavs don't play the Bulls tomorrow night, huh?
What a week. Man, last night was tough on the Cowboys. Tonight's tough on the Stars. Power plays over. Dallas 0 for 5 in the game. Beverly. They keep working. Goal for Beverly. And Beverly tracks down Versteeg at center ice. He'll come right back in, guiding it over to Cole. Cole Horkoff to Beverly, continue to battle out there. Versteeg laid it out to Shaw. Into the Dallas zone. Pass across, hits Garbutt off the bench. He'll take it in and pull up against Leddy. Gonchar overskates the puck. And shot and scored. Did that hit Roussel?
I think it went in off Leddy, the defenseman, but I'm not 100% sure about that. The linesman might have allowed the Stars to get away with a pretty loose change and perhaps too many men, and it ends up being costly for the Hawks. Fortunate for the Stars. Might have caught his toe. Gonchar, who bobbled it, threw it toward the net. It went off the intertwined humans in front. Let's watch Roussel's skate. Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Of course it did.
He's got a pair in the game. He gets yet another one that isn't a shot on goal. The Stars will score the last. If this was being played outside on the ponds in northern British Columbia, the Stars would win this because last goal always won.
Well, Roussel has his 7th. And as you mentioned, I think just one has been shot into a net. And now Roussel with Versteeg in front of the Hawk bench. And
Morin wants to get him.
Yep. And they have to go through a linesman.
These poor linesmen.
Jay Scherr's coming in over the pile.
Jay Scherr's could handle both of them by himself, I think.
Lonnie Cameron was sort of sandwiched.
The fight between Roussel and Shaw in Chicago, and the linesman got drilled right in the visor. He is a poop disturber of the highest order.
Oh, my goodness.
This all coming with 4 seconds left in a 6-2 loss to the Hawks, in which Roussel has scored both goals. He scored a penalty shot game-winning goal the last time they met and got in a fight, and there was some other stuff. And rather than dragging the meat in front of them, they're just going to run the clock out here, I guess. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
So the Hawks get the victory, full marks for it, too, the way they played tonight. The Stars got a little lesson in amongst the shellacking. There'll be better nights. You're right, this happens. You get these excrementitious outings. One in every 82.
Tonight's game produced by Jason Walsh and directed by Chicago's own Mark Vittorio. The associate producers, John Sponsler and Doug Foster. Ryan Waddle's up here. So is our good friend Nikki. For Darryl Ray, I'm Ralph Strangis. All Hawks tonight. 6-2 over the Stars. We'll see you on the road. Postgame show is next.